Welcome to Plymouth Ice Center for the finale of the 2024 CCX Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament. Our last game of the second night, it's the host Wayzata Trojans taking on the Maple Grove Crimson. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Dan Ficken. A little bit of a contrast for these teams last night. Wayzata wins an OT thriller. Meanwhile, Maple Grove got shut out by Edina. So both teams looking to come back strong, but in different ways.
Well, first of all, Maple Grove, very youthful team. The coach said they got a lot of sophomores, freshmen starting to learn how to play. They learned it a little bit the other night because they got a lesson taught to them. Wayzata, they played a really good game. Just all of a sudden, bam, there it was, And they look really strong and good. This will be a test for both these guys.
Yeah, both teams with a lot of young players and new faces in the lineup this season, and I think you always want to see just how they bounce back too, and do you come with hunger on night number 2 as much as you did on night number 1?
Well, I think you always want to compete. Hunger is one thing, but just get out there and do the best you can, give 110%, and let's see what happens. You got to grow. It's only the second game of the season, so let's see how they compete tonight.
Talk about key players to look for in the game, and starting with Maple Grove, one of those veterans that's played some of their most hockey, Joey Leafblad, will be the right wing on their first line. Didn't get a lot of looks last night, but they would like to see some offense from him tonight.
Hey, we got to step up. Somebody's got to step up. He's a veteran. He's the guy that would, he's big, he's strong. Why not? Let's point to somebody to pick you up and run with. He's the guy they pick.
And for Wayzata, we're going to go with the guy who got the game winner last night. Why not? George Erickson, not a bad way to start that season.
Oh my gosh, what a shot, man. He just blistered that thing. Just stepped up and he had no fear, a lot of confidence, and just ripped it. And he played a solid game at D last night for him. Stopped a lot of opportunities and stuff, so it was good to see a D finally get an opportunity and win a game.
All right, Maple Grove hoping to get into the win column. Wayzata trying to go 2-0 in their own tournament, and they would be the only team to do so if they get the W here this evening. Stay tuned, the Crimson and the Trojans. Turkey Trot Hockey is up next on CCX.
At Topline Financial Credit Union, we love getting to be part of our members' big moments. Whether it's making home improvements, going to school, building a business, or even getting married. An interest-only home equity line of credit with payments as low as $50 per month can help you get there. It's just one of the ways we're helping our members on their financial journeys. Become a Topline member and let us be a part of yours, because connected, we all do better.
And welcome back here to Plymouth Ice Center as the lights all back on after the cool pregame intros here. Wayzata and Maple Grove getting set to tangle. Jay Wilcox, Dan Ficken, and John Jacobson will join us ringside as well for tonight's fourth and final game of the 2024 edition of Turkey Trot. And we're underway. Maple Grove in the dark and Wayzata in the home whites. Steenerson controlling here for Maple Grove. That pass knocked away. Pyle knocking it back deep. Finn D. St. Hubert back to play it for the Trojans. Moldy's pass nearly picked off, and then a big collision at center ice. Pass tipped toward Abbott. Finn D. St. Hubert knocking that away, and then kicked on in by Max Ludke, who had a goal last night in the Trojans' thriller overtime win over Moorhead. And Moorhead kind of opening some eyes in the opener here tonight, taking it to Edina a little bit with a 4-1 win. And pass deflecting back into Maple Grove zone.
They look pretty good. One thing you're going to notice in this game is the size difference between these teams. Maple Grove has got some big guys over 6 foot.
That pass getting away at center. O'Connell carrying it ahead for the Trojans, dumping it down deep here toward Colmanero. Back to the point. That shot through traffic went wide off the stick of Clark. These teams will be part of the same conference beginning next school year in all sports, and as Maple Grove moves into the lake. For now, they are not, of course, but very familiar youth rivals, I think, growing up, though. Crimson trying to break it out. Now Cale Braid up that left side. He'll float one in and grabbed there by Sammy Swan, who came on in relief late in last night's game after his counterpart Ryan Pellinger played a really good game. So Swan getting the call here this evening, as they kind of expected to rotate those guys a little bit, at least early on, I think.
Well, I hope the original goalie's okay.
Yeah, he is dressed tonight, so it looks like he's, capable of playing if needed.
Yeah.
Floated back in, taken by Trojans here. Ballon. Henry Miller controlling for Maple Grove. That pass sailing up through neutral and backhanded on in by Maple Grove's Zach Schindel. Neuenfeld leading the rush for Wayzata. Get it in real deep, and then the first try to get it out doesn't function for Maple Grove, and they nearly turn it over in the high slot, but instead it's the Crimson with Kuznick. Floating it over right side now. Brady Abbott's pass deflected. Abbott trying to pick it back up. Chopped out to the wall, and a turnaround try there. Rebound is in. There's Leafblad. Right place at the right time after they threw it on net, and it popped right back out to Joey Leafblad, and Maple Grove strikes first, their first goal of the year.
Well, looks like we called a star player here, Jay, right off the bat.
Always nice to know there was no jinx on him there as Leafblad. You see the puck coming in on Swan, and then the rebound. The defenseman couldn't corral it, and Leafblad, right place, right time, just no hesitation, quick release shot, and just like that, Maple Grove's on the board.
Boy, they needed that. I'll tell you what, after that 5-0 shutout, that can get in your head real quick.
2-on-2 rush here. They'll call it an unassisted goal as it came off the defensive player, and the net will come off as they threw one in on Price and then collided with him. So Maple Grove wasting no time getting on the board. There's a look at Zach Price. He faced a fair amount of shots. I mean, I thought he played okay, as we talked about last night. He's certainly a guy they're going to count on this year to have a good season. That's kind of interesting, and all these coaches have a lot of experience now. All four teams in this, whether they've played well or not played well, they've all kind of said it's early. We're not gonna read too much into a good result or a bad result necessarily here based on what we saw last night.
Yeah, absolutely. They're still evaluating players. It's one thing to put them in scrimmage.
Ooh, opportunity there as it came out front to Lane Glendy, now thrown at the net and off of Braid. The other thing that we have to mention, I mean, again, not making excuses, but Maple Grove, very short-handed lineup in terms of injuries and illness, too, besides just being young. Loaded to the circle. Ooh, Swana to make a save there on Matthew Johnson. Maple Grove, a dynamite start to this one.
Well, they're taking a script right out of the Moorhead book right here. They're playing a really good, diamond system where they're getting that pass back to the shooter.
D. St. Hubert trying to fight through a check there. Now has to spin back with it around the official. And then flicked in by Ludke here, and that'll come in on Price. He will hang on and force a face-off. So look at Sammy Swan getting that first call. And as we said, played a little bit last night toward the end after Pellinger got nicked up.
See how he works with those big bodies standing in front of him tonight.
That shot sailing up high from Carson Clark. Looking for a wraparound, but couldn't get the angle there. Christopher Pyle. Nearly picked at center now. The Crimson do get it. Leafblad will play it in. Abbott giving chase there, but Clark is there first. Moldy floating one ahead just off the stick of Pyle, and then a follow-up try. It went past. They'll have to regroup at centers. Moldy finds Clark. That one deflecting in off Leafblad. Wayzata changing up. Oh, and there's Moldy reading that one well and took it.
floating it out front. Follow-up trailer shot there by Colmenero goes up over the net. Boy, Moldy read that one perfectly. The only problem was there was nobody close enough to really help him immediately. Picanato floating it ahead. Abbott tips it to the Wayzata line. And carried on in there. Good strength on the puck by Custerman for Maple Grove. Colmenero springing Sauer. Bruce Sauer looking for a room. And a shot on there. Price is saved. And then the rebound, they put it out front. Price has to cover that one up as Wayzata generating a little bit of chances as well in the early going here after a pretty good early flurry from Maple Grove.
I think one thing you want to establish here, especially early in the season here, Jay, is you got to shoot the puck. A lot of times early in the season you're trying to make too many pretty plays. Just fire the thing, for gosh sakes.
Trojans able to control the draw, trying to get it to the corner, but it was blocked there. That pass getting away, and Ryder Alstead will hack it right back in for the Trojans. Thrown toward the net, but grabbed up by Glendy. And they can't get it out. Bounced over the stick of Peterson in the slot, and here's a chance at a goal. Hendricks tucking that one in, a perfect pass. The turnover leads to an immediate goal for the Trojans, and we are tied up at 1.
You said the key word there, Jay, turnover. Turnover in your own zone, deep down in the zone there, and oh boy, that cost the Crimson there. Back to a tie game.
Hendricks was waiting as Kurtz will find him, and no chance for Price on that one.
What you saw really was really symptomatic of a young team. We got 4 sophomores playing D for Maple Grove. That was a big mistake.
So Wayzata ties it up. At 6:19 mark, we're even at 1. Ooh, Price a save and then a rebound. Alstead will get an assist as well, looks like. Ooh, heavy hit thrown there by Leaf Plaid. Fight for it along the wall, and it comes back out to Pyle. Across to D. St. Hubert. He'll throw one on net. Price directing it to the corner. Moldy trying to center, but that one picked by Picanato. Picanato carrying it, and that pass intercepted out high near the blue line. Ooh, floated ahead. Abbott just getting a stick on that one as they tried to spring Moldy. Picanato tied up there.
We're going to have to watch that tonight for the Crimson. They're letting that backside wing come a little free on that net. They're going to have to tighten that up.
Going to be icing call here against Maple Grove. So after a good early start for the Crimson, Wayzata battling back. Not only tying it, but getting some more of the play as well here. So we're evened up at a goal apiece. So look at Todd Berglund, the Crimson head coach. Come back into the Wayzata zone here. Popped over to Clark. And then intercepted out in neutral by Custerman. He'll drop it in deep. Swan stopping it there. Uh-oh, Swan having to scramble back in. Clark trying to come out of there with it. Now he'll have to reverse it around. Allen took a check out front. Turnaround try goes just wide from Custerman. Well, Wayzata not immune to turnover in a bad spot as well. Bierman carrying the puck here for the Trojans. And then floated in by Schmidt. Puck freed up briefly there. Good forecheck. Colmenero taking a bump. Crimson come out of there with it. Steener, or make that Anderson. Throwing one in deep. Eight minutes to go, first period. We're even up at a goal apiece here. Our last game of the 2024 Turkey Trot Tournament. Again, a couple years back, going to more of a round robin, not a true championship type game. Although Wayzata, as I said in the pregame, if they would win, they would be the only 2-0 team out of the weekend. But they're going with predetermined matchups. There's Pat O'Leary, the Trojans head coach, and overall he was pretty happy with what he saw last night. Man, and you're never satisfied. You know you got things to work on, but he said it was a good first game for both teams.
Well, I think both coaches felt satisfied. They got a lot of questions answered to start out with. Now we'll see what kind of adjustments they've made tonight.
Well, and that's the thing too. Even when you have an experienced team, every night's a new night. Things develop differently. Yep. You can't say, well, we did this, so therefore we're good at that, and we need this. And I mean, you have to be ready for different styles and different teams each night too. You like to play, you establish your way of playing and play your own game, and that's what everybody kind of says. But just different nights are different nights too.
Yes.
Jab back out to neutral here. Good work by Colmenero, and he comes up with this puck. Oops, but then Steenerson took it from him. Trojans, though, able to win it back. Colmenero and Picanato fight it out in the corner. Kuznick wins this battle for the puck from Maple Grove. Trying to turn the corner on Erickson. And he was a little late. Steenerson was calling for that puck, but he didn't get it. Now here's the pass ahead. Hendricks, who has the goal for Wayzata. Hendricks dropping it back. D. St. Hubert walking in. That one deflected up and out of play as it hit Kuznick's skate. And we'll get a face-off with 6:29 to go in the first, and still tied up at a goal apiece. Leafblad for Maple Grove. Hendricks for Wayzata.
Well, we're seeing really good pace here right off the bat here, just like we had in the first game. Nice flow, up and down, back and forth. Get a good look at Zach Price there, the Maple Grove goalie. Good-sized young man.
Yeah, they feel comfortable with him in the net. I mean, to me, that's kind of the starting point with a goalie. Do you feel good about him being between the pipes? The answer is yes with him. Played in deep there by Drew Peterson. And Erickson stepped up to keep it in, then a tip, and Price had to make a pad save on that one as it changed direction right out front of him. Kurtz shooting, and that one deflecting up and out of play and starting to get sequence of quite a few whistles of late here. Not really sloppy play, more so people blocking shots, I think, than anything.
Yeah, we really haven't. It's surprising for the first games of the season, we haven't seen a whole lot of real sloppy play at all.
No, and I think, part of, and we're going to have a penalty coming up here as it's chased down by Matthew Johnson. So Maple Grove, that one going to put the Crimson short-handed. For sure if it was Johnson will get the penalty, or if it'll be his cohort, it looks like Braid. And Braid's going to go for a hook. And to say part of it, too, is decision-making early in the season, too, right? I mean, when you're talking about big mistakes, there's a look at the hook that freed that puck up. And that's something that you want to, I do say, I mean, not to make too big of a generalization, but when you got kids maybe coming in from Bantam or whatever, they're used to being able to maybe stick handle more and all that, and the higher level you go up, the more you kind of have to realize what you're really truly capable of and what you aren't.
Yes, absolutely.
So we'll get a chance to see Wayzata on the power play here as they try and break a 1-1 tie. D. St. Hubert leading the rush. Finding Moldy. Erickson will rotate it around to Clark. Clark walking in. Ooh, Price had to fight that one off, and then the rebound was blocked, and the Crimson get a quick clear. Swan out to stop it. Maple Grove really backed off there, and Clark was like, you know, I'm close enough. I'm going to take this shot, and it gave Price a little trouble.
Well, Wayzata, they did this upper high shots. They really laser him in.
Clark circling the net here. And interesting, they're playing basically with 3 defensemen out on this power play.
Mm-hmm.
Under 5 to go now, first period, and just under a minute to go in the man advantage for Wayzata as they change to their second power play unit. Check thrown there, freed that one up. Abbott trying to clear it for Maple Grove, but couldn't do so. Pulled off the wall there. Maple Grove doing a pretty good job tying up, though. Henry Miller getting in there. Oh, and then things getting feisty. Here's a blast. That one goes wide. As there were bodies tangled up down low, and then that came out top for an opportunity, but couldn't hit the net.
Well, we're noticing, too, these teams that we've been watching, Jay, are very good about getting to the weak side wing for a one-timer, and they're putting it right into the shooting zone.
Off the draw, Steenerson protecting the puck here with that big frame. And they can't get it out, though. Back across it comes. Allen shooting. That one hits traffic in front. Never made it all the way through. 10 seconds to go in the power play, and Maple Grove will get it clear, and that should pretty much eat up the rest of the time here as Swan comes out to stop it. And Maple Grove has killed off the first penalty of the game. Dumped in deep here, Picanato back to gather it, and Wayzata nearly had a clean steal on that one. Braid sending it. Leafblad had to wait for it, but now gets to it and dumps it in. Steenerson, the defenseman, going in deep, but first to it was Neuenfeld for Wayzata. Then he hits an errant stick with that one, and it's a chance for Maple Grove, but that shot rising up high from Kusterman.
Let's clean the stick off the ice. That definitely was part of the play.
Shot was deflected, by the way, so we stay inside the Wayzata zone for this face-off with 3:17 to go. And, of course, Maple Grove winning the Class 6A football title on Friday night, and we're eagerly awaiting some guests from that team with John Jacobson in the first intermission. So congratulations to Maple Grove football team, second championship in 3 years. And it's an exciting thing for around the school, too. I mean, yeah, this is a different sport, but it just kind of rubs off, I think, when you have that success. Tried to float a pass through there. Swan directing it to the corner. And the whistle here.
There goes offside.
Not allowing that last sub, I think, for Maple Grove, so. Off the draw, Crimson punch it in deep. Swan, and didn't have his stick angled exactly how he wanted, and he directed it right out front of his net. Trojans there first, and a follow-up shot that went just wide. Good hustle in deep by O'Connell to get to that one. Wayzata's a good forechecking team.
Well, Coach O'Leary's teams have always had a real good forechecking system. They're very aggressive.
D. St. Hubert sending it across. Erickson a shot. That one bounces off traffic. Can't get it out. D. St. Hubert, a good stick to keep that one in. And Anderson stopping it, but spinning out of there with it is O'Connell. D. St. Hubert. Here's Erickson trying to drop it across. O'Connell had his stick lifted, or he might have had a tap in.
Boy, O'Connell's doing a great job of protecting the puck with his body. He just really kind of slaves off D and gets himself good position using his body.
Icing call here against Maple Grove, as they've had a shift or two where they looked a little bit bottled up and disorganized in the back end there and just had to clear that one out. Moldy and Glendy will face off here. Moldy trying to spin away from that check, and the Trojans do keep possession. Clark will rocket it across. Keep it rotating there, but it hopped over the stick of Pyle. Moldy taking it away, and Wayzata will try and regroup from their back end. Intercepted though at center by Braid. Braid carrying it up the left side. Centering pass was knocked down though, and Clark trying to spring it ahead and does so to Ludke. And there's Price making a stop. And the joust behind us, carrying it is Matthew Johnson. He's all by himself though for the Crimson. A minute to go in the first, and Wayzata looking to counter here up the left side as Moldy carries it in. Ludke centering pass broken up. D. St. Hubert up with it for Wayzata. Clark kept it in at the line and then hit his teammate with that shot. And Maple Grove again forced to kind of just clear it. They did get it out, but that's not what they're really hoping for. Now here comes Auburn. Carrying it up that right wing, shooting, save Swan, rebounds loose, and then the net comes off. So he kind of handcuffs Swan with that backhander. And then Leafblad charging into the net.
That's one thing you get a little worried about. Good opportunity here. The backhand was up and away, and into the chest a little higher. That would have gone, but when a goalie doesn't see the puck in a while, like the Wayzata goalie didn't, that can be trouble.
16 seconds to go. That would have been kind of a backbreaker if you're Wayzata to give one up this late too, but Swan able to make that stop. Here's a shot, stick saved by Swan as Maple Grove getting a couple of looks at the net late in the period here. But jumping in to help out, that's going to pretty much eat up the rest of the time. So a good first period. Maple Grove gets its first goal of the year to lead 1-0. Wayzata answering on the Hendricks goal. So our score after one, Maple Grove 1, Wayzata 1. Our first intermission is coming up as John Jacobson will be talking to one of the coaches here in just a moment.
In 1935, Topline Financial Credit Union was founded by workers from our local phone company, by people who dedicated their lives to keeping our community connected. At Topline Financial, that dedication lives on because we believe that dreams are achieved when we connect with each other. So if you're dreaming of buying a new home or car, or planning for your future, or saving for that next vacation, connect with us. We'll help you get there, because connected, we all do better.
Maple Grove and Wayzata tied up 1-1 after one period. Second night of the Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament. John Jacobson with Todd Berglund. And Todd, you're never going to overreact based on the first game of the season. But what was your message last night after the 5-0 loss to Edina to the boys?
Yeah, you certainly don't want to overreact after game one against a good team. It really came down to mental mistakes. We had opportunities. The puck seemed like it didn't bounce our way, and that's the way hockey works, right? I think it was just kind of shore up the mental mistakes. Kind of coming in, obviously jittery, but those are things that are easily. You can take care of those things. So I'm not concerned. We'll battle hard tonight, right?
And a better start tonight in this first period, right?
Yeah, it's good to jump out and get a goal right away, and the energy level gets up, and little seesaw back and forth right now, but a pretty even game.
Thanks. Good luck for your rest of the night.
Hey, I just want to say hats off to our Crimson football team. Good job, boys.
Hey, Todd Berglund, head coach of the Maple Grove Crimson. They're tied up 1-1. We'll talk to a couple of those Maple Grove football boys in just a moment as we continue with Turkey Trot Hockey here from the Plymouth Ice Center on CCX.
At Topline Financial Credit Union, we love getting to be part of our members' big moments. Whether it's making home improvements, going to school, building a business, or even getting married. An interest-only home equity line of credit with payments as low as $50 per month can help you get there. It's just one of the ways we're helping our members on their financial journeys. Become a Topline member and let us be a part of yours, because connected, we all do better.
It's a 1-1 game after one period. It's Wayzata and Maple Grove boys hockey. Well, last night, Maple Grove football won its second state championship in 3 seasons. These two guys had a big part in their success, not only last night, but all season. Nathan Ramotka and Ryder Scancer was also a hockey player, one of the goalies. You got a night off from hockey last night. You're here tonight. First of all, congratulations on football. How much did it mean to all you boys last night to put in all the work to make it happen?
I mean, last year we lost to Edina, and we all just like, this feeling sucks, and like we all knew that we never wanted that feeling again. So like this whole winter we were just like going hard at 5 o'clock in the morning, knowing that this was our year to take it all back home. So it meant a lot for us.
You're a linebacker. I thought your defense was outstanding all season.
Yeah, I mean that defense, comparing it to the 22 season, was better in every category besides forced fumbles. We had more touchdowns, more picks, more sacks. So that defense was something special.
Now you get not much of a break, come back Monday to practice, right? Yeah. Get into hockey shape. What does it take as a goalie to make that transition from one sport to the other?
From football to hockey, especially at goalie, for me, my knees and my hips, they can get really sore. So the first 3 days of hockey, my knees and hips are going to be dying. And my feet will obviously, because the skates will be new, but that's for sure what's going to take a lot.
You got another year left of football.
I do, and hockey. So junior. Yeah.
Congratulations on last night, and good luck this hockey season.
Thank you.
Nathan Ramotka, tight end and offense, also a basketball player. You've got to start a winter sport on Monday too, right? What's the transition for you like? Obviously, our football season ended earlier last year, but you're going to be getting a late start on basketball.
Yeah, no, it's definitely different. Conditioning, you're a lot more tired of basketball. Two different sports. Excited to get back out on the court, but excited.
How about football? How much fun was last night and all season? And you guys were kind of expected to win. Did you feel pressure on we need to win this, or not really?
No, not really pressured. I think we were just excited to be given that opportunity to play in that championship. There's no pressure. We just go out and do what we do all week. We were just saying, be us. No one can beat us. So that was the big thing for us.
How much did it help, do you think, that a defense got that early score for you guys, put you up early?
Our defense has been playing phenomenal all year. I mean, you look at that Shakopee game, they saved us the whole game. We got the best defense in the state. They played incredible all-state tournament all season. They were great. It was really good for them.
You a hockey fan?
Yeah.
I'm getting there. You know, I'm watching more and more. I got him to watch, a couple of the buddies on the team. So come to more games as the season goes on for sure.
I know you guys appreciate the support you got from other athletes and non-athletes, the students that came out, supported you guys in football all season. How important is it for you and a lot of your football friends to come out here tonight and support the hockey guys?
Yeah, no, it's huge. Our school is a big community. We want to make sure we get out and support our buddies and just go to all the games possible. It's important to keep that culture inside the school so these younger generations keep doing that.
Congratulations, both of you, on the state championship. It's awesome.
Awesome. Thank you.
Nathan Ramotka, Ryder Scanson, and Maple Grove, 6A champions, second undefeated season for football in the last 3 years. We'll take a break. We'll come back. The second period of play next. Wayzata Maple Grove hockey on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
Welcome back here to Plymouth Ice Center. Along with Dan Ficken and John Jacobson, I'm Jay Wilcox. Maple Grove 1, Wayzata 1 after 1 period of our nightcap here of Saturday Night Turkey Trot. And let's look at first period highlights. And Maple Grove actually getting it on the scoreboard first and pretty early in the game after being shut out last night. First shot on, Leafblad in the right spot, buries it at 2:53 for a 1-0 lead. Good forecheck here by Wayzata. This one doesn't result in a goal, but it was kind of a sign of things to come a little bit as they just missed on the opportunity. And then Maple Grove unable to control this bouncing puck. It got by a couple people, and a nice setup there from Kurtz over to Hendricks, and he pumps it in. Maple Grove getting a couple of chances down the stretch of the period as well. Abbott going to the net with a backhand here, but Swan making a save. And that is where we sit at 1-1 through this opening period. See, the shots are pretty even, chances as well. Just 1 penalty taken by Maple Grove. And we want to, again, congratulate Maple Grove football, but I'm going to throw in a congratulations to my alma mater, too. Elk River won the Class 5A football championship this afternoon. So congratulations to them as well. Not quite in the CCX viewing area, but close up in the northwest suburbs. So congratulations to both the Crimson and the Elks. So 1-1 our score here after 1. We'll be back with period number 2 here in just a moment on CCX Sports.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
And we're underway in period number 2 of a tie game 1-1. And as we said, the numbers and the play pretty much even through that first period. Each team kind of had some ebbs and flows. And Crimson and Trojans with a couple of periods to go to decide this one. Leafblad carrying it ahead here. And then the drop pass from Steenerson was picked off by Moldy. Leafblad getting to it, fires, and Swan a glove catch on that one.
Good opportunity for the Maple Grove there, but boy, a blind pass. You got to take a look back into that slot area. Make sure your guy's there.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of a uncharacteristic, just open drop to nobody there.
Yeah.
Clark spinning out of there with it for Wayzata. O'Connell protecting it, and then that pass intercepted. Chop back down deep though. Omanero. Crimson trying to drag it out of there, but couldn't do so initially anyway. O'Connell out of the pack with it, puts it across, it's tipped. Anderson then his pass. O'Connell trying to flag that one down. Floated ahead toward Johnson. Johnson takes a check, and the puck hitting the official. Omanero ringing it around, and it's picked off. Little give and go, but that one off the heel of the stick. Forrest trying to bring it out front for Maple Grove. Wayzata looking to counter. They got a little bunched up though, and we'll just have to play it in deep here. Lucas Smith back to gather it for Maple Grove. Smith floating it up the right side. Alstead will pick it up for Wayzata. He took a check. Now Hendricks. That one intercepted by Smith at center, but then dumped in. Pass deflected, knocked away, and Trojans get it in deep there as Kurtz picked it off. That one hit a skate on the way in, intercepted, and they tried to bring somebody up the middle there. Neuenfeld rather easily picked that one off, though. Price stopping it behind the net. Custerman trying to dig that puck free here for Maple Grove. Miller now out of there with it for the Crimson. Lost it on the way in. Sent ahead. Hendricks. Oh, and it just gets away from Schmidt. Kind of missed out on an opportunity there a little bit. Neuenfeld will throw it into the corner for Wayzata. It's kind of a back and forth start to the second. It was rather uneventful. There's a check thrown in by Bierman. Dumped in. Swan will stop this one. And we'll get a face-off here coming up in the Trojan zone.
Yeah, he hasn't been any really, good attacks or basically dump-ins, or just kind of flubber in, so to speak, in each of the attack zones.
Yeah, neither team really, making any big plays or big mistakes.
Yeah.
It's just kind of been back and forth. And
yeah.
Up down there by Bierman. Bierman carries it in deep. Steenerson wrapping him up. That's it. Being 6'5" like Steenerson, that can be good or bad. I mean, it almost ends up looking like you're committing a penalty there, even though he wasn't. There's Price with a blocker save. Comes back to D. St. Hubert. Now carries it down deep. That'll be one of the better defensemen in the state this year, I would expect. Erickson fanning on that one. Luckily for him, he got some help though. Erickson picks it up now for the Trojans. Schmidt leading the rush. And his shot deflected up into the netting. We'll get another whistle here with 12:44 to go in the middle period, and still even up at a goal apiece.
It almost seems like they're kind of playing with a tennis ball here, Jay. It's bouncing all over the place. And
well, we thank our friends at Elmar's New York Pizza of Plymouth, the dinner provider, Friday night, Saturday night, delicious stuff. And right near the rink here, just a few blocks away. And thanks so much to Elmar's New York Pizza for providing dinner for our crew, and encourage you to stop on over and pick up some great pizza from them. Picanato turns, fires, Swan, the save, the rebound is in. Lane Glendy waiting out front and just slides the backhand in after Swan couldn't quite control that rebound.
well, smart play. Just keep yourself patient, get in front of the net, stay there, and sometimes good things will happen to you, and there you go.
Yeah, that's a good point you made too. You don't overcommit and chase the puck. If you're in a good spot until somebody moves you, might as well just stay there, and that's exactly what he did.
Yep. It's usually an area where you're getting pummeled.
Exactly. Picanato and Anderson will get the assist on Glendy's first of the year, 5th career goal. So 2-1 Maple Grove as they're able to convert off that rebound opportunity. And again, we talked about, sometimes that's how it goes in hockey too. Not much happening until something is happening, like right there. Dump back to center, and Allen will send it back in here for Wayzata. Price stopping it there for Picanato. Picanato sending it ahead, intercepted, but then taken back by the Crimson. Piccanato's shot blocked there. Moldy trying to send it ahead for Comanero. And they'll keep it alive along the wall. O'Connell took a check. Crimson get it out and floated just a little past Jaden Roche, who's into the lineup tonight, number 21, a not especially big but talented sophomore. Here's Abbott receiving that pass at the blue line, high rising shot. Out front, oh, and it fluttered. As Schindel trying to control that one and get a good shot on net, and instead it's Swan having to snare it out of midair as it kind of just caught it on edge.
Nice snag there, though. That's a knuckle puck right there. We got our own little version of the Cameron Crazies down here behind the Wayzata net.
Yeah, Maple Grove guys in the togas there. Here comes Abbott for the Crimson.
Oh,
nice move to the middle, trying to keep possession, and then Swan pushes it to the corner. Leafblad up with it. Here's a tip out front of the goal, and a beauty it was. Deflection by Kuznick, I believe, who got the stick on that one, and it's 3-1 Crimson. Yeah, Kuznick, right place at the right time, and the pass put right on his tape.
Boy, I'm glad we got that on tape. You should send it out to all the youth hockey associations now, Jay. The perfect way to set up a tip.
See, Leafblad sent it back to Miller, and then just angled that stick perfectly. Bang. So quickly 3-1 Maple Grove as they get a couple of goals in just over 2 minutes.
Yeah, I was offside.
Miller and Leafblad get the assists on Kuznick's first of the season. I kind of selfishly, as a play-by-play guy, too, like when it's real obvious who got the tip. It wasn't something real ugly where you couldn't see what happened.
Yeah.
You just changed the direction with the blade and deposited it past Swan. So Maple Grove has certainly answered the call here tonight. We got a penalty coming up here against the Crimson. Now they'll get control of it and the whistle will blow. Going to be an interference call. We'll send Wayzata to the power play. Looks like Piccanato's going to go.
Yeah. I think he held a little bit too long there, Jay, along the boards.
See right there. Yeah, just kind of getting into him when the puck wasn't quite close enough to be reasonably ruling that as, you know, playing on the puck. But I agree, if you kind of let go right away, I think you maybe do get away with that.
Yeah. It didn't help he lost his balance, too.
Right.
Kind of threw him into it, but
that shot blocked. D. St. Hubert coming up to grab it. Back across, D. St. Hubert firing, and that one was blocked. Here's Abbott leading the rush back shorthanded. Trying to drag it past Clark. It didn't happen, though, and here come the Trojans. Clark carrying it in, leaves it for Moldy. And then a follow-up shot. They look for the tip as well. That one bounces past everyone. Back across to Moldy. D. St. Hubert up top. Keeps it rotating. Thrown on net there. Price a pad save. Erickson will slide it across to Clark. He shoots, rebound is in. Moldy pops that one home after Price made the initial save, and it's now 3-2.
I think that went off a leg pad, and that's why you tell your shooters to shoot for the leg pads because they can't control the rebounds there. Oh, No kidding. That went off a post.
Yeah, I believe you're right. I thought Price had saved this for. Oh, no, I guess at that angle it looks like he did save it. But anyway, it went right to Moldy. And good hands, ready, just like we talked about at the other end. Be in a good position, have your stick down, ready to go. And that's exactly what Eli Moldy did right there.
Boy, a good hard wrist shot there, Jay.
Clark and Erickson will get the assist. Moldy's power play goal is first of the year, and now we're back to a one-goal game at 3-2. Swing and a miss at that one by Clark. Moldy playing it down low. And it hops away at the point. I'll have to regroup here. Matthew Johnson, now going to be ice. And we'll come back into the Crimson zone here. 8:05 to go in the second, and just not too long after we'd said it had been an uneventful start to the period. That's changed. We've had 3 goals here in a span of less than 4 minutes. 2 of them by Maple Grove, and then the answer by Moldy for Wayzata to bring his team back within 3-2.
You have been full. You have been full.
Passed over left wing here as they try to get it to Forrest. Picanato. Now he gets a return pass, fires. Ooh, and a good hard shot there, and Swana to make a save. That centering pass denied. Wayzata trying to break it out to get it at least to center as O'Connell sent it back to the Crimson line. Picanato. Pass deflected through neutral, but Picanato will pick it back up. Makes a nice move down deep. Turns and shoots. It was blocked. Colmenero looking over toward O'Connell. Centering pass here, and Price. Ooh, and then things get physical alongside the net.
One of the Trojans took a little liberty there.
And you could kind of see by the reaction, they were quick to get after Colmenero, I think it was. You know, don't want your goalie getting bumped around. Yeah.
No, it just took a little one shove and it kind of irritated the Crimson there.
Right, yeah, it wasn't really so much on Price. It was more alongside the net, but regardless, cooler heads prevail and not enough to draw a penalty for either club right there.
I'll go back to a Kurt Giles phrase, competitive.
And that may be an understated thing that you learn about varsity hockey too, is, you know, keeping your head a little bit. I mean,
absolutely.
It's just nature, human nature, that at times you're going to get really ticked off when somebody hits you or your teammate, but how you react and how strongly you react is, you know, kind of within your control too. That pass intercepted by D. St. Hubert. And they're offside there as they tried to spring it ahead to Bierman.
Boy, that's gonna make the Crimson be aware defensively. They're flying a guy high. Watch out for him, and that should pull him off the blue line a little bit from point shots.
Trojans control the draw. D. St. Hubert looking ahead there, but nice step up by Steenerson to pick that one off. Sending it to Braid. His shot sails over the net. Moldy jumps in to take it, but then he got blasted. That's going to be a penalty, though, on Maple Grove's Cale Braid. And
was there an elbow?
Okay. Yeah. I was going to say, to me at first glance, it didn't seem like anything out of the ordinary, but got the elbow up a little bit apparently, so he'll get his second penalty of the night.
Get a good look at it here. Yeah, brought that elbow up under the chin.
Yeah, it was a good play initially, but he just wasn't able to keep the arm down. And so Wayzata right back to the power play after scoring the last time to pull within one. D. St. Hubert, shot blocked. They keep possession, at least for the moment. Erickson trying to bring it to the middle. Back out D. St. Hubert. Cross to Clark. Price ranging over to save that one, and then the net has come off. Maple Grove's played a good game and a good period, but they've taken the only 3 penalties of the night, which obviously you don't really want that trend to continue.
Well, they're giving the Trojans momentum, and now they got that second goal. Now they're within one. That changes the whole psychological aspect for both teams.
Yeah, and even if you get a kill, it usually kind of hurts your momentum in terms of, just rotating your lines and getting your offense going as well.
Yes.
Erickson trying to play it down low. They missed for Moldy. And this one dumped on out. Swan will stop at 1:20 to go in the power play for Wayzata. They trail at 3-2. Maple Grove got the first 2 goals of this period. Wayzata pulled within one on a power play and trying to tie it on a subsequent power play here. D. St. Hubert to Erickson. Dropped it back to D. St. Hubert, but he ran into traffic there. Matthew Johnson. Moldy keeps it. Price a save on that one and a quick clear. I like that. Just turn and get it out. If you've got a chance, do so. Erickson leaving it for Moldy. Trojans trying to get set up. They still got a half minute to go in the power play. Maple Grove unable to get a clear there. Ooh, Wayzata fans wanted another penalty there.
They're going to get another one.
Here's a shot that sails wide. Top official called that one. The guy down low near it didn't. Hendricks dropping it back out. Here's Hendricks firing into traffic, and now we'll get our whistle. And Abbott's penalty is going to be dished out here.
Well, the only good point for Maple Grove here is the fact there's only 6 seconds left on the first one. So they'll only be down 3-5 for 6 seconds.
Cross check against Abbott.
It just goes to show too, I like the fact that the ref didn't excuse it because they already have somebody in the box,
Agreed.
And it was a blatant penalty. I'm calling it.
So the first penalty is over. Yeah, you almost, for a second, you wondered would Wayzata have been better off giving the puck up right away to have a little bit longer too, but you don't, as the flow of the things going, you're going to try and score that one. So now 5-on-4. And dump down the rink here. Swan will stop it. Pyle leading the rush up ice here to Sauer. And then tipped in deep by Kurtz. Ooh, Kurtz throwing a check. Out front, Price a save as he was being bothered out front by Kurtz. And that one will sail through. I noticed that last night. Wayzata, obviously a key point for them to try to always have somebody in the goalie's eyes out front.
Yes.
It's just a matter of course for them that they're always trying to get that screen.
Well, and it got kind of nasty last night too. There was some real rough stuff going on in front. It is a little bit of physical tonight, but not bad.
Moldy ran into Leafblad, but then D. St. Hubert carries it in. Half minute to go in the power play for Wayzata as they try and tie it up, trailing Maple Grove 3-2. And then Leafblad tipped that one. They couldn't quite get it out though. Clark sliding it across. That shot was blocked. Erickson following up, goes wide with that. Leafblad protected it. Picanato hit a skate as he tried to turn and dump it up the middle. D. St. Hubert. Time winding down in the penalty. Abbott is out of the box, but hasn't yet joined the play, and that went off the pipe. Clark trying to sneak it by Price, and he hit iron. So now Maple Grove back to 5 aside, but still being pressured by Wayzata. Still can't get it out, and now they finally do. Clark relaying it ahead to Moldy. Being bothered there by Kuznick. They didn't get that one in deep, and now it's going to be icing against the Crimson. Minute 42 to go, and just like we talked about, the penalty, okay, they didn't tie it up, but kind of changing the complexion of the game a little bit with all that power play time for Wayzata.
Yep. Thus goes momentum. And they got a face-off down in the attack zone.
That one slides through the crease. Now if you're Maple Grove, you kind of, you're hoping your guys say, we take some energy from having killed those off at least. I mean, you didn't want the penalties, but we got through it. And now we got to get back to playing how we were earlier. Knocked back over toward the corner. Miller up with it there. Oh, and they tried to go along with that pass for Chanel, but instead it's going to be icing against the Crimson here. A minute 8 to go in the second. Maple Grove 3 and Wayzata 2.
Yeah, it might have turned out to be a really good long pass if he just would have taken a moment to look. Just peek up, see where he is for sure, and that'll gauge how much velocity you put on it. But nevertheless, good kill. Got the puck out. Now you got to win a face-off.
Goes in behind the Maple Grove net here, and there's a nice step up there to break that one up by Drew Peterson. Picanato controlling for Maple Grove, shrugs off the forecheck there. But then they get the turnover. We're under a minute to play in this second. Ooh, nearly a turnover there. Hendricks chasing after it. Now Johnson.
Yeah, he did a good job getting it down deep there and gave a chance to get some changes done.
Ooh, but a swing and a miss. Steenerson following up. Puts it out front. Oh, and the Swan the save, and then the rebound's loose, and Abba trying to jam it in. Good opportunity created there for Maple Grove. They haven't had the puck in this end for quite a while, and then that one turned into a good chance.
Yeah, we get a good look at the shot here.
Steenerson did a good job getting the angle there to set it up for Johnson's opportunity, and then I was thinking to myself there, if Abbott wasn't so big, they would have come back at him a little harder there because he took a whack at Swan, but I think the closest Trojan kind of thought twice about challenging Brady Abbott there. Thrown toward the net, that one wide. Under 10 seconds to play in the period. It's been a good one. Maple Grove scored twice earlier. Wayzata pulling within one on a power play goal. And that is where we're going to end the second period, with the Crimson leading the Trojans by a score of 3-2. We'll be back with more of our live coverage of Turkey Trot 2024 here on CCX Sports. Our second intermission is up next.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
Through 2 periods of our second game on this Saturday night of Turkey Trot Hockey, it's Maple Grove leading Wayzata by a score of 3-2. John Jacobson joined by Trojans head coach Pat O'Leary. Pat, your thoughts on the first 2 periods here tonight?
Wasn't our best.
don't really have any jump right now. Guys are looking for somebody else to do everything. It's only 3-2 right now, going to the third. So we got to come out with some jam a little bit in the third period here, try to tie it up. That's all I can really do. We'll come out excited in the third and try to see if we can tie it up. That's all we really got.
Opening weekend, you always get kind of a mixed bag of things you like, things you don't like. What have you liked about the first 5 periods tonight, this weekend, this season?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm happy with the way we skate. We got some good skill. Just guys are learning a lot this year, I think. After a tough win last night, a little flat tonight, but that's their job to figure it out, and we'll get it figured out.
You've had periods of excellence from all 4 teams this weekend, and that says a lot about this tournament, I think, right? That you've got 4 really good teams here, whoever's winning.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's good for all 4. I think all 4 coaches will tell you that's, how you learn a lot about your teams, playing against good competition that are well coached, and you're gonna know what you have after this weekend for sure.
All right, Coach, thanks. Good luck in the third period.
Thank you so much.
Matt O'Leary, head coach of the Wayzata Trojans. Their team trailing right now 3-2 after 2 periods. Well, these 2 teams out here in hockey, Wayzata and Maple Grove, have outstanding programs and a lot of athletics, including boys soccer. This week, CCX unveiled the 2024 All-Area Boys Soccer Team. Here's Jay Wilcox.
We'll start our all-area boys soccer team with a strong group of defenders. Number 1, senior Frank Miller of Maple Grove was a Mr. Soccer finalist and Star Tribune Minnesota Player of the Year. A great leader on and off the field and a fierce 1v1 defender, Miller also chipped in 6 goals and hit the game-winning shootout goal in the Section 5 3A final. Number 5, senior Vincent Jacob helped Totino Grace to a state runner-up finish in Class 2A. The All-Northwest Suburban pick excelled at the back end and also chipped in with 2 goals and 5 assists for the Eagles. Number 3, Colin Ames quietly excelled for Maple Grove State 3A runner-up squad. The All-Northwest Suburban pick often drew the toughest defensive assignments and also had 2 goals and 3 assists for the Crimson. Number 19, Aliu Lama of Osseo was his team's Defensive Player of the Year. All-Northwest Suburban Conference pick Lama had a goal and an assist while drawing the opponent's top forwards. Our goalkeeper is Brett Rexine of Wayzata. The junior had 11 shutouts while earning All-Lake Conference status. A fearless keeper, Rexine led a new set of defenders from the back. Our midfielders include number 10, Jabari Kabisu, who had a great junior season for Totino Grace. The first-team All-State and All-Midwest pick had 24 goals and 6 assists and was the engine for the Eagles' offense. Also at mid, number 19, Jeremy Cordero of Wayzata. The Trojans' team MVP and a second-team All-State pick, Cordero is equally good defensively and on the attack. Cordero had 5 goals and 8 assists for the Trojans.
Traffic in front.
Number 10, Owen Hutto of Hopkins earned first-team All-State honors as a senior. The Royals' team MVP for offense, Hutto was a top 3 player in the Lake Conference and had 7 goals and 5 assists. Number 11, Ilan Chaudhry helped Breck reach the state Class A tournament as a junior. A first-team All-State and All-State tournament team pick, Chaudhry had a team-high 9 goals and 11 assists for the Mustangs. Number 10, Ike Duell of Maple Grove excelled on corner kicks and free kicks, wrapping up 12 assists to go along with 5 goals, including the game winner in the state semis. The senior was an All-State pick and was part of 4 straight Northwest Suburban title teams for the Crimson. Number 7, Sawyer Shelton of Hopkins excelled as a defensive midfielder as a senior. Shelton earned All-Lake Conference honors and had 4 goals and 4 assists while helping the Royals to the Section 6 3A final. Number 10, Muhammad Abdul Rahman of Armstrong is an All-State and Star Tribune All-Minnesota player. He's one of the best playmakers in the state, posting 9 goals and 10 assists for the Falcons. Our forwards include number 7, Kathima Sano of Champlain Park. The senior earned first-team All-State honors and was Rebels' offensive MVP. A dangerous attacker in all areas, Sano had 19 goals and 8 assists. Number 18, John Falla of Osseo was the Orioles' Offensive Player of the Year and an All-State pick. An electrifying attacker, Falla had 22 goals and 6 assists for a good Orioles squad. Number 7, Moses Kamara helped Armstrong to an 11-win season. The first-team All-State and Star Tribune All-Minnesota pick had an impressive 24 goals with 4 assists, coming through in the clutch repeatedly. Number 17, Everett Johnston, had a great junior season for state runner-up Maple Grove. Johnston had 15 goals and 10 assists to lead the Crimson in scoring and was an all-tournament team pick at state. Number 11, Josh Soke, senior scoring last season, finished a great career for Heritage Christian Academy with a stellar senior season. The first-team All-State pick had 22 goals and 5 assists. Number 10, Aiden Judicus of Wayzata rounds out our squad. The senior was a first-team All-State pick and had 12 goals and 5 assists and was one of the most dangerous attackers around. A great squad, the CCX All-Area Boys Soccer Team. These guys had great seasons too. The honorable mention picks for boys soccer.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Welcome back here to Plymouth Ice Center. Maple Grove leading Wayzata 3-2 after 2 in our fourth and final game of the CCX Turkey Trot Tournament here for this year. Happy Thanksgiving from all of us at CCX Sports as well. Here's our second period highlights. Maple Grove getting off to a good start as a turnaround try here, and there's Glendy camped out front, just pops that rebound in. 4.5 minutes into the second to make it 2-1 Crimson, and then they come try for another here, but that one fluttered up a little bit, and Swan able to make a stop. But here's a nice tip out front. Kuznick redirecting the Miller pass from the point. They took a 3-1 lead. Wayzata, though, using advantage of some penalties to get back into it a little bit too. As Clark shot and Moldy pops that rebound, and that was a power play goal, made it 3-2. And they got a later power play as well and kind of took the momentum a little bit because of it. With Price facing some rubber later in the period. And then a pretty good chance late here for Maple Grove, and Swan had to make a stop on that one. As we see our stats through the first two periods, shot edge for Wayzata. Chance is pretty even. The big disparity, though, is Maple Grove's taken the only 4 penalties of the game. Now, granted, they've killed 3 of them off, but still not a trend that they want to see continue. And Wayzata did pull within a goal on that power play goal by Moldy. So we'll see what's shaking up in period number 3. Pat O'Leary obviously wasn't all that happy when he talked with John Jacobson about his team's play through the first 2. They're looking for more. Maple Grove looking to hold on for their first W of the season. Crimson and Trojans' third period is on the way next here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
Welcome back, and once again we give great thanks to Elmar's New York Pizza of Plymouth for supplying our crew with dinner this evening, our pizza sponsor, if you will, tonight, and some great pizza on Friday and Saturday night. Order ahead for a whole pie or stop in for a slice anytime. They're just a few blocks away here from Plymouth Ice Center. Highly recommended, Elmar's New York Pizza. Well, the fifth of 6 periods for both of these teams here tonight, Dan, and you see how conditioning has been going early on too here as these teams come out for this third and final period.
Yeah, this first weekend is a little tough. You gotta be ready to go, and you all learn about each other though a lot, and I like the fact it's a close game too. I mean, you can't step on a break whatsoever. You're going to have to give 110% if you want to get a win out of this.
And I always feel like, start of the third period, let's stack some good shifts together here.
Yes.
Let's, you don't have to worry about doing everything at once, but just come out and play solid hockey to get going and kind of roll from there. And obviously, if you're the team ahead, it's just slightly different from the team trying to play from behind. Here's a quick chance out front for Abbott, then a rebound, and Swan the save. Wow. Maple Grove getting an early opportunity here. I mean, very early, like first 20 seconds of the period. Swan had to be ready.
Did a nice job dumping it down into the zone and then just forechecked and got some opportunities there. Swan stayed right on it, though.
Somebody encroaching in the circle there just as that puck was about to be dropped. Erickson out of there with it for Wayzata. Ludke shooting, that one was going wide, but Price will glove it and hang on anyway. So in part because of those penalties, Price was seeing quite a few pucks later in that second period, which is not what you want, but at the same time as a goalie helps you stay a little bit sharp.
Yeah, keeps your focus there. It's kind of a weird time too at these arenas where you still got water residue on the ice too, and the puck can fool you quite a bit coming off that stickiness.
Picanato intercepting that one, and now Kuznick leading the rush here. Pretty well played defensively by D. St. Hubert, though. D. St. Hubert floating it ahead. Ludke turns, fires, Price the save, and then juggled it briefly, but he's able to stay with it. And then Steenerson roughing it up with Pyle.
Well, the game this close, this is going to be fairly intense for both these teams, and if you're competing, you're going to do whatever you can to get an advantage.
Banked around here toward Braid. He'll float it to the Wayzata line. Takeaway out front. A shot sailing just wide. As Braid got a good opportunity there.
That's one of my pet peeves. So, boy, you get in that, you got to hit the net. He had two teammates with him, too.
Here's one if Maple Grove, if Wayzata ends up tying that up, they're going to be looking back at that one and say, boy, we probably really should have had one there.
Yeah. Oh!
Ooh. That one bouncing in towards Swan. He stayed with it. That last good opportunity for, there's that bouncer there at the end.
Ooh, good focus on his part, boy. A knuckle puck. Well, looking at this tournament as it's turned out, Jay, I think these coaches have learned a lot about their team. We've seen some really intense competitive hockey.
Swan stopping this one. Ooh, and he didn't see the forechecker coming there as Forrest got there. Kendall picking it up. Here's a high shot. Swan will glove this one and hang on as a couple minutes into the third, still 3-2 in favor of Maple Grove. Trojans able to get it ahead. Schmidt chases it down. Pass was blocked. Gets it back though. Thrown on net here, and Price directing that one up and out of play. We'll get a whistle and another face-off coming up. This one in the Maple Grove zone.
Just kind of noticed that both the Wayzata goalies have really plain white helmets. I wonder if that's a high school or Pat O'Leary rule, or they just like it that way.
Erickson shooting, and that one got in pretty deep on Price, but he kicks it out. Pass getting away, and the Crimson up with the steal. Steenerson banking it into the Wayzata zone. D. St. Hubert. Long ahead for Moldy. Trying to float that one across. It comes back to Moldy, then Picanato blocked that. Good recovery defensively there by Maple Grove to choke off that pass out front. Moldy centering here, and that one deflected by Steenerson. Erickson's shot knocked down. Steenerson trying to float it ahead there for Kuznick, but just hopped over his stick. Now D. St. Hubert. Long ahead just off Moldy's stick.
Boy, for a tight game, it's kind of unusual, Jay, to see these stretch plays by both teams.
Up the left side, Comanero shooting. Price a save on that one. Comanero gets it back to Clark. Slides it across. And then that shot blocked by Leafblad. Clark looking to regroup and go with it here for Wayzata. Nice moves into the zone. Clark fires, and Price the save on that, and it's up into the netting.
Well, that's a pretty heavy shot by Clark there.
Yeah, and a good move to, I mean, he had a lot of space because of the nice move out high.
Yeah.
You kind of almost get the feeling, I mean, I'm sure it's not by design, but Maple Grove, it's not that late in the game and it's only a 1-goal lead. It almost feels like they're protecting a lead right now, and I'm sure it's not really, you know, by their choice necessarily, but it almost feels like they're kind of just hanging on right now a little bit.
I think mentally that it's getting to them a little bit too, but holding on to that lead now.
And to redo this draw here as somebody was in the circle early. Able to get the breakout here. Johnson's pass though got away. Dumped back into the Wayzata zone. Clark back to pick it up here for the Trojans. They trail at 3-2. They won their opening game last night over Moorhead in overtime. That's going to be a penalty coming up.
Yes, there is.
Another one against Maple Grove.
Be a tripping call. That's one of those unfortunate ones. Wasn't intentional, but nonetheless, he took his legs out from under him.
Lindy will go for a trip. Right there, yeah, got right into the skate. So Wayzata going to the power play for the 5th time tonight. All 5 penalties have been against Maple Grove. And like you said on the one earlier, I mean, you have to call that. Even though the penalties look lopsided, it was a clear trip. Clark.
You didn't see much complaining from the Maple Grove bench.
No, it just, like you said, one of those things. D. St. Hubert will have to come back out to neutral to grab this one up. Leaving it for Erickson. Ooh, Leafblad almost had a chance to take it. Offside as it zagged at the blue line a little bit there, and Moldy couldn't hold up. Ludke, I think he realized he needed to go one more stride with that puck.
That's a major issue on the power play. Boy. But as we said, they're learning this weekend and learning to play as units now too. So
Grimson able to get it back out to center. They're shorthanded here. Kuznick picking it up there. Run off it by Pyle, but killed some valuable time there and makes Wayzata come all the way down the rink. Trying to get their power play set up, but instead it'll be Kuznick clearing it down. Right play there. First guy takes the body, second guy clears.
Yep.
Hendricks lugging it for Wayzata, and he runs into traffic. And again, they struggle getting that power play set up. Pyle bringing it in for the Trojans, sliding it out front. Steenerson controlled it, couldn't get it out though. Steenerson up with it again unable to clear it past the point. Pyle, here's a shot sailing wide from Kurtz. And knocked ahead, chance for a shorthanded rush. Picanato with Abbott. Picanato going to the net, and then he tried a backhand pass. It was taken, and now Wayzata looking to counter. Kurtz to Hendricks. Shot blocked by Steenerson, a penalty coming up. This one's going to be against Wayzata. Now we'll get our whistle. It'd be an interference call going against Wayzata's McCoy Kurtz. You kind of had the feeling that probably if there's a, there it is right there, taking the defenseman down. That's a good call. He got into Steenerson's body. And you kind of knew that, everybody, here's Steenerson, a shot into traffic. Everybody can see that, what the penalty tallies have been, so probably the next close one might go against Wayzata. And that was, I like that call though. I didn't see it initially, but it was a good whistle. So Maple Grove trying to build on a 1-goal lead. They get their first power play of the night. Steenerson shooting. Swan, it was off the tip of his glove. And then that one, unfortunately for Wayzata, O'Connell hit it into a player in his own bench. They would have had it clear there, but instead whistled down with 1:27 to go in the man advantage for Maple Grove. 9:47 to go in the third. Maple Grove leading at Wayzata 3-2. Hand on there, but they get it down deep in the second try. Johnson trying to gain control in his skates, and now they get set up a little bit. Picanato dropping it off. They look for the screen out front. Swan the save as Johnson was trying to get his stick loose to get a tip or a rebound there as Custerman took the shot.
Yeah, that's one of a troubling situation to be in too, when that puck gets stuck in your skates and you got to look down, and you don't want to look down because you're going to get ripped. But they kept control of it and stayed calm.
Off the draw, they get another quick shot. Swan hanging on and will force another face-off. Now again, at this point, if you're Maple Grove, obviously you'd love to score to make it a 2-goal, but even if you don't, you're taking the momentum back a little bit, you're eating up time. Ooh, Wayzata's picking up a second penalty here. I did not see that one. Pyle is going off. So we're going to be 5-on-3. It's a hooking call here. So Maple Grove really an opportunity now. Steenerson walking in, puts it down low. Abbott a turnaround try there. Now Abbott trying to get back to it. D. St. Hubert doing his best to get it out of there, but couldn't. Steenerson across for Abed, and he missed up high, trying to sneak that one under the crossbar.
Well, you know, in a 5-on-3, take your time, move the puck around because you can really create a big hole. Don't be so anxious to shoot.
Leafblad down low for Steenerson, just missed. Now Abed. And that shot sailing wide from Kuznick. First penalty is ticking down and about to expire. And then a nice shot block there. First penalty is over, so we're now at 5-on-4.
I wonder now at the last part of the game here how much this is going to take out of the Trojans' legs. That's a lot of penalty killing to do.
Picanato. He rotated up high here. And down low to Johnson out front. Ooh, Swan, a nice save on that one as Schindel was out front. And then dumped down the rink. Picanato being pursued there. Custerman will lead the rush back up with about 25 to go on the power play for Maple Grove. Swan stops that one. It's up into the netting. So Wayzata taking its first 2 penalties of the night, but right in a row. So it was a 5-on-3 for a while. And we look at this last opportunity. It was a pretty good one, as Schindel did a good job of finding that open lane in front. And they got it to him, but couldn't quite get it by Swan.
Swan came across nice on that. He stayed really cool and calm, kept the pad legs together.
Steenerson carrying it to the middle. Clark's stick went flying to the corner as he tried to block that shot. And they're able to get it out, and that should eat up the rest of the penalty time. So the good news for Wayzata is they killed these off. The bad news is a couple more minutes have ticked off, and they've burned some legs a little bit too. Interrupted at the line there. They'll send it back to Cole Anderson. Hicks pass intercepted. They still can't get it out. O'Connell picking it up for Wayzata. Colmenero. Bouncing it down deep again. O'Connell trying to stay with that one. Keep digging for it along the wall, and eventually the Crimson Anderson coming out of there with it. Now Abed. Dump that one to the corner. Anderson throwing it out front. Ooh, and Abed cutting across in front of the goalie. Now we got a penalty coming up against Maple Grove. That was not the time to take that one.
No.
See if it's going to be Big Brady Abed. I think it is.
Trip.
Yeah, he'll go for a trip.
Sometimes when you're that big, that stick gets out of control on you and it gets down in those legs and takes them out. You got to have control of that stick.
So look at that deflection out front. And then right there was
the leg
trip.
went out.
So Wayzata, a golden opportunity to try and tie this one up here. They're down 3-2, but they get a power play fairly late in the game, about 6 minutes to go. And that one deflecting wide. Lutke in the corner. And then Picanato up with it and dumps it on out off the glass. D. St. Hubert will try and get this power play rush started here. Erickson across to Clark. Clark circles and will drop it back out to Erickson. Now D. St. Hubert to the top of the circle and sails that one just over the net and bounces all the way out past Clark on the other side. D. St. Hubert giving it to Eli Moldy hard up the right wing. Moldy trying to fool the defenseman there. They'll give it back to D. St. Hubert. Crimson get it and get it out. Nice play there by Kuznick. A half minute to go in the power play here for Wayzata. Nothing really much generated so far on it, though. Maple Grove's done a good job. Clark bringing it in. Ooh, goes around the net. And then it's quickly dumped right back out.
That's going to come close to doing it right there. That definitely will do it.
Yeah, Johnson with a poke check on that one. Penalty is over. Maple go back to full strength, and Hendricks looking for a tip out front on that puck at about thigh-high level, and Price able to see it and glove it. Hang on here, 4:12 to go in the game. We're back to 5 aside.
Well, he was standing right by himself there in front of the net.
That was the one that actually went off the tip of the glove of Price.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good shot by D. St. Hubert. I thought for a moment that maybe it just missed the net, but it was Price got a piece of it.
Yeah.
Intercepted at center by D. St. Hubert. Now Bierman. Chopped away there by Custerman. Neuenfeld will slide it across. D. St. Hubert. There's a tip and a goal. Bierman tying it up. Wayzata looking like they maybe were going to run out of time, but Bierman redirecting that one from D. St. Hubert. And we're even at 3. Nice job getting his stick free on that one, and D. St. Hubert put it in a right spot for him to get that deflection.
Yep. Excellent stick placement there by Bierman.
Neuenfeld will also get an assist. So sometimes the goals don't come off sustained pressure. They really hadn't been doing much of anything, and then they get one good chance and they put it away. Clark carrying it in. Now we'll see how the complexion changes this one. I think Wayzata certainly feels like they have the momentum now.
Oh, yeah.
And whereas Maple Grove, you were kind of protecting a lead a little bit there and looking pretty good to do so, it seemed like. But
well, you got to change the gears now for both teams, you know, that both go into attack mode. I mean, at 3-3 with 2:53 left in the third, this is overtime.
Yeah, that's
this
true.
Is overtime.
Next goal probably wins.
Yeah.
And there's no reason to play it cautious either. You can go out and try and win it.
No.
Abbott tipping it ahead, trying to get it to Leafblad. Now Kuznick, here's Abbott trying to win that puck back. He can't quite get it out. Oh, that's going to be a penalty there as Palmanero took a big slash into the legs of Miller. It'll be a trip. And so Maple Grove will get a power play.
Boy, not a good penalty there, Jay. There was no real danger coming off of that play there. Boy, that hurts, and it was a whack.
Yeah, called a trip, could have been a slash either way, but it was too aggressive to ignore.
And he knows it too.
Timeout taken here, so 2:31 to go, and it's Maple Grove getting a power play. Been a pretty interesting hockey game here, Dan. Kind of had some back and forth, and not always played well, but played well enough to be a very good one to watch anyway.
Well, the momentum shifts have been just fabulous back and forth, and Nobody's getting too excited. Nobody's getting too panicky. Very exciting game. This has been a really good tournament for the Crimson, I think, though, overall, considering how young they are and all these kids. Boy, they're getting thrown right into, like I said before, right into the fire pit, boy. This is a big 2 minutes for them.
Face-offs will be key at any time, but it's certainly on a power play late in the game like this as well. And the Crimson able to win it. That one trickles to the corner. Kuznick back out to Steenerson. He'll get it again out top. They keep rotating. There's a shot, blocker save there, made by Swan and then dumped out.
Good patience, good puck movement, got a good shot. That's all you can ask for.
Kuznick up the right side here for the Crimson. Steenerson. Fumbled that one a little bit, but they can't get it out. And it trickles wide. Here's Abbott trying to tuck it in. He scores. Maple Grove grabs the lead back on the power play goal by Abbott.
Right there. That's when it pays to be 6'5" tall. Big long reach. Jumped on the opportunity when it presented himself and buried it. Good shot here. Look at this. Really nice play.
Swan just couldn't get back across. And actually for a left-hand shot, that was a little harder for Al, but good job to get his hands in the right position there too.
Yeah. That might be one of the bigger goals he's ever scored.
Going to be icing here against the Trojans. 1:33 to go, so we'll keep our eye on Swan as Wayzata will have to be thinking about pulling him before too long. You would think if they're able to gain control in the offensive zone here. They're down now 4-3. Boy, an interesting turn back. Obviously Wayzata getting that goal. All of a sudden they're all excited. They get the momentum. They take the penalty. Maple Grove, after protecting a lead, then find themselves tied, but they take that lead right back on the power play goal.
Surprised Pat O'Leary didn't call timeout there.
Johnson. And they'll get it to center anyway, and Johnson able to get it in deep. That's the key right now for Maple Grove. Make them come all the way up ice.
Yep.
Don't take any big chances. The net is off. There's a couple of Wayzata players kind of running into each other there, and that net coming sideways. 1:08 remaining.
No, doesn't look like Coach O'Leary's going to call a timeout. He's just going to let it play out. He's probably saving it now for under a minute.
Crimson able to win the draw, banking it toward Leafblad. Looking to bring that one out front. Down to a minute to go in the third. Moldy. Stood up by Steenerson. They can't get it out though, at least initially. Then Leafblad does. Aiming at that empty net, didn't get it. No ice though. D. St. Hubert runs it down. Carrying it into the Maple Grove zone. 6-on-5 attack here for Wayzata. Steenerson able to float it out. This will be an icing though. It's 23.9 to go. I think he was trying to take something off that one, but you don't want to, have a defenseman stop it at the point either. So,
yeah.
Ideally, in an ideal world, if you can lift it up and kind of bounce it into their zone, but you couldn't take chances on that spot. I can't really fault him for that one. Trojans able to win the draw. Erickson back out to Clark. Ooh, and Price going to make a save in some traffic there. This one is not over yet. 18 seconds to go.
Boy, that was a blast. Reminds me of that shot last night.
Abbott and Moldy in another key face-off. And again, Moldy able to win it. Uh-oh, then the back pass, though, knocked away by Kuznick. That one hurts for Wayzata. That's going to take a lot of time. And then the intercepted, thrown on net, missed. Let's see, this is going to be icing, though.
Oh.
Yeah, Wayzata getting a break there. Maple Grove missing the net. And they were just about a half stride short of the red line there.
Just take it to the sideboards and just hold it there. That's all you got to do.
They might be putting, they put a little bit more time back on too, so 3.5 seconds. Off the draw, this time the Crimson control it and they will dump it all the way down, and that will do it. Maple Grove, after getting beat 5-0 by Edina last night, they come back with an emotional 4-3 win here over Wayzata, and a good bounce back performance by Maple Grove.
Really a good comeback performance, especially considering how young they are. Again, you learn. You take one game at a time. If you lose one, fine. Go on to the next game. Did a really fine job against a really good Trojan team.
And Wayzata coming back, they were down 3-1. They got within 3-2, and then they seem to have the momentum when they made it 3-3. At that point, you're kind of thinking maybe this will be their game, but they get a penalty, and Maple Grove's Abbott able to make them pay, and they will win it by a score of 4-3. So, Dan, as it shakes out, all 4 teams go 1-1 this year in the tournament. Everybody won one and lost one after this result of this second game here tonight. So no peer champion or anything like that of this tournament, but I think a lot of them got what they wanted to see out of this tournament because of the great competition they saw.
Wow, that just kind of really freaked me out a little bit there, But yeah, you're right. But all these coaches come in here with the idea of this is a prelim tournament. This is where I want to find out what I got for a team. And winning the tournament ain't necessarily a goal, although you like it. But it's been a good tournament. And we've seen a lot of good hockey. Got that goal last night, that Wayzata just shooting it through, and got this one tonight. It's been fun.
Yeah, congratulations to the Crimson for the win here tonight, and we do thank all 4 teams, and of course host Wayzata working with us again on the Turkey Trot Tournament, and it's been great fun. And come on out and enjoy lots of hockey this year at for all 4 of these teams throughout this winter season. It's going to be a great one. Well, we hope you've enjoyed this Turkey Trot Tournament here for 2024. For Dan Ficken, John Jacobson, and all of our CCX crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Your final in this last game of the night, Maple Grove 4 and Wayzata 3.